Welcome to the What Are We Doing Here podcast, where we share the inspiring stories of two completely opposite women who overcame their unhealthy relationships with food and negative self talk and found a path to health and healing through self discovery and natural nutritional supplements. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Brittany, and we are going to do a recap of our year and kind of talk about how we're going to pivot going into the new year. Happy New Year!
Yay! Yeah, so we thought that it would be fun, this being the last Friday of the year, just kind of looking back at where we started, when the podcast started, just kind of recapping how our year was and what we're looking forward to next year. So I think everybody knows about maybe a little bit briefly about your backstory, but how about prior to Destin, like the very beginning of this year? Was there anything like prior to us meeting that stands out for you that was really pivotal, or, those first few months of the year?
Well, obviously, that's when I found the company that we're a part of, the products. And so I got my health back. February to March, I went from being in the bed, no life, in pain all the time. Just really just in a couple of weeks, a month even, just feeling normal again. So yeah, that was the big moment for me at the beginning of the year, first quarter, so to say.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy because this is such a testimony to how we're like opposite, because my first quarter of the year was when I was like really starting to notice that like the sluggishness wasn't going away, that like where I usually was tired after Christmas and the end of the year, and I just wasn't rebounding. I was training for a half marathon that I ran in February, and
I
just
didn't know
like
that.
all of January. Yeah. So actually, right before a month before I started the drops, I had been training. And so, I thought, oh, I'm just tired because of all the training, but I was eating like ample amount of carbs to sustain my runs. And so I kind of thought that it was just the additional training and I just wasn't recouping. And it really ended up like after I ran the marathon, or the half marathon, I went to the doctor, and that's when I kind of was diagnosed with the thyroid stuff. And so I was like, oh, this kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's when I started searching for a way to improve my health and my hormones. And I had always really been where I was in the gym and working out and eating well. So it's crazy that my first part of the year was when I was really feeling bad, and then in the end of March I started taking the supplements, and then we met in mid-April, and just that like 1 month, like you said, I started feeling significantly different and better already, and I knew that I had to be a bigger part of it.
Yeah, I love that. So I think this just shows how much things can change in a year, because at the beginning of the year, we didn't know each other. At the beginning of the year, you were doing things that we haven't even talked about. I didn't even know about the half marathon. So that's great. But I didn't even know that your diagnosis with your thyroid problems came this year. I thought that it was ongoing. So, we're always learning about each other here. But so first quarter, I was healing. First quarter for you, you were figuring out what you needed to do to heal.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I think that that's crazy. So then we met, and within a month, actually, I think it was like 3 weeks from the date, we launched the first episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
We were just
So
like,
that's
messy action,
going
let's
into
do
the
it.
starting the second quarter. You and I met the middle of April. You had already started feeling better. I'd already started feeling better. We connected on the beach. Everybody knows the story. But when we started the podcast, boy, we were different people. I was. I don't think I knew that this was going to be such a healing experience for me. We started, we even look back at my weight loss since then with my chubby face and all, but we started the podcast. I started posting on social media that I was trying something new, and then I started building a business. So the second quarter for me was I was still kind of growing up. We had talked about, we're not going to go into it today, but we had talked about the picking words for the next year. And I was reflecting on my word from this past year, and it was rebirth, because literally I started coming up, being reborn from, February, March, met you in April, things were changing. And then it just has been growth since then. So anyway, and then when we started the podcast, everybody knows from there. But what was kind of going on with you then, Lindsey?
So let's see. Right then in May, I had been on this journey of empowering women, previously. It has been, and I am a certified personal trainer. I have done some training with women, and I've always been on this journey of empowering women and helping them feel their best. And so I was really in a transition zone of finding my alignment. And, this journey with the supplements and starting to build a little bit that way, but it really pushed me to kind of see where this path was and where I aligned with sparking that empowerment, sparking that encouragement a little more. And so, there was kind of this, I was in a huge transition. And while I've definitely made strides with the supplements and improving people's lives from a nutritional and kind of holistic standpoint from that side, a big focus of mine that sparked out of that was how big the mindset piece is. When we start healing our bodies,
Oh,
we also have
yes.
to connect the mind with it. So that was a real alignment time for me, and which kind of has shuffled us into this last quarter that I feel like has been an absolute crazy blur of building and busy and growth, significant growth in ways I could never imagine.
Yeah. If you'd have told me in February this was where I would be this year, at the end of the year, looking back, I wouldn't have believed you. I was depressed, all the health issues. So the growth is substantial, but I like what you said about alignment, because when I started my journey to get healthy, it wasn't for the aligning of the mind. It was, I wanted my body to be healthy. I was tired of being sick. Um, but man, it really goes hand in hand. And so, like you said, shuffling into the last
Mhm.
quarter of the year, it's been insane. We've scheduled podcasts. I think we recorded at 1 a.m. your time one morning because we were so busy.
Yep.
It's been fly by the
Hmm.
seat of our pants just to get something recorded,
Yep.
because you have had stuff going on with work. My business is taken off, so it's been a ride for sure. I have taken some time to slow down right here through the holidays and reflect back and kind of get ready to start goal setting for the new year. But what about you? I
Yeah.
mean, you're busy. We barely
Absolutely.
get to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say another piece of alignment, and I didn't really say this then because I was talking a lot about the mindset, but another piece of right in that transition zone alignment was really aligning my relationship with God and strengthening that. So, we've talked a little bit about how my journey with a relationship with Christ has kind of been newer. I mean, I a little bit learned about God when I was younger and in youth group and whatnot, but never really was intentional with it. So I'll tell you, that's been a big piece of this last quarter as well, is really looking at my relationship with God. And I have some big, hefty goals for next year, but it also has really helped me align where I want to be with using my message. And
You
so,
have grown a lot in that
I have
area.
had, yeah. And so using my words and being able to really inspire people in multiple ways. And so getting up on stages, like in at the beginning of this month, I had the opportunity to speak in public at an event that was not on my radar, and it was amazing, and it sparked so many opportunities for me, and it's really propelled that alignment with knowing where I want to be and how I want to help other women with their progress and growth. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, looking at goal planning for next year, wow. Like I have such an amazing this is probably one of the first years of my life that I don't look back at 2023 was amazing growth. There was a lot of improvement, and there have been several years in the recent past that have been hard years. Like I'm sure you too, especially with being sick. We had a big move. We've had some rock bottom moments, and 2023 is one of those years that I was like, I look back and I'm so excited about everything that has been. But
Yes.
holy cow, looking at what 2024 has, like I just I get so giddy like thinking about it because I'm just really excited. There is so much on the horizon, and man, the amount of impact that I feel like we're going to have this year, it's incredible.
I do want to say this.
Okay.
You got me tearing up over here because it's honestly the first year I can look back in my life. I turned 38 this month. And it's the first time in my life I can look back and be proud of every step I took and be, you know, thankful for the growth and all of those things. But what you said about 2024, I have never entered into a new year with so much hope and excitement and joy and know that my life is drastically changing. And it's amazing to me because
Yeah.
so much has changed in a year. And now we're about to
Yes.
explode.
Yeah.
I'm speaking business
Yeah.
wise. You know,
I look forward. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Not our waistlines. Um, but I just like I have this vision of at the end of next year, like looking back on this episode and being like, wow. Like I'm just really excited. I think that the people that we've come in contact with, the connections that have been made, the the family that we've gained, because it
yeah.
truly feels like we gained this huge family of people who want nothing but good and success, and to hold everyone up. I don't know, it's really incredible.
So we've come a long way. That's clear. There's been a lot of changes. We're happy with the growth we've had. We're excited for next year. But in all of that, Lindsay and I have been discussing where to go with the podcast, right? When we started here, you guys have been here with us. So it was kind of messy action. That's Lindsay's term. You can hear it in the first few episodes. Um, And we just wanted to get out there. But what it turned into was a lot of personal growth for me. I think Lindsay says for her too. And it kind of turned into a lot of personal growth for us. And we're going to really start transitioning in the spring, which I'm really excited about. Well, I guess it's going to be the new year, not even the spring. Um, because it's no secret that Lindsay has kind of been my life coach on these podcasts some days. And she's been, kind of really doing a lot of mindset things, and she's got a lot of good stuff coming up. So I think she is going to shift there. Is that right, Lindsay?
Yeah. So, with the speaking opportunities, just really what I want to do is
Yeah.
be a beacon of transformation.
Mm,
Just really, it started for me when my kids were a little smaller. And that's why I'm saying, like, trying to find the alignment and pushing it was really difficult because I wanted a path, a way. And so, it started as a way to show my kids that you don't have to settle in life, that you truly can live the life that you desire. And for me, that big piece of it was getting past body image problems and getting past feelings of unworthiness. And we all have some of those. And so I believe that when we can take control and love ourselves from the inside out, regardless of what our outward appearance is, that everything in our life falls into place. And so I really just want to um, be the direction and the help for other women to be able to grab a hold of that and really be able to see that the life that you desire is possible. The life of
yeah.
your dreams is absolutely possible.
Mhm.
It takes scary action,
Yes.
messy action, but man, like, it's incredible. So yes, I have been, I mean, you here on the podcast briefly, but also been doing some one-on-one coaching. And so, my goal is to continue with coaching one-on-one to help with the mindset aspect that comes along with life, parenting, kids, business building, all of those things. Because if we don't have the right mindset and we don't heal those unworthiness wounds, it's really difficult to have a different path and a different direction, because you start going back into that cycle of when you get a little bit of success, you self-sabotage, not
Yeah.
purposefully, but if we don't learn how to get out of that pattern, you're going to self sabotage and you're not going to see that progression. It's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
difficult to progress beyond this ceiling.
Hmm.
We set our own glass ceilings and it's very difficult. So, I've got a stepwise program that helps women, because it's who I really focus on. And moms for me is a big target, because if we aren't changing, the cycle's going to continue with our kids. And so
Hmm.
that was my drive, is showing my kids that there's something different, showing my kids that they're worthy of anything that they want. And so for other moms and other women to be able to grab a hold of that and pass that down to their kids, show them what healthy boundaries look like, and really be able to help them manage their emotions and regulate those on their own and not have to seek external validation to be able to move forward in the life that they want to live. So that was a long, but
No, but if you look at it, it's really when we started the podcast with the messy action and kind of let it lead us where we needed to go that week, which is what we've done. It kind of follows that same exact line. You've helped me grow so much. You've
yeah.
kind of found your alignment and figured out exactly what you want to do and who you want to help. So, um, you know, the whole year is leading up to about what's about to happen. You with your mindset and me with my business. Look, I I'm beyond grateful for how far we've come, and I'm I have grown a team, Lindsay. You know this. They are exceptional people. I'm honored to be on a journey with them, and they're my family, like you said, and it's just going to keep going. And I think you and I have discussed it, so I know moving forward, we definitely want to discuss some of that as well. What it takes to grow a business. I have been a small business owner for almost 11 years now. And um, now that I've built this other business in the past year, and I think we're going to focus on some aspects of that as well. Is that correct?
Yep, absolutely. I think that you're such a great resource for, um, because you've been in business for a while, but you also have this new journey. So you're so fresh in what it takes to be successful. And you have such a great grasp on not only how to grow a team and be able to mentor people one on one, but just the value that you can provide for, things to avoid or things to do to start a new business and be successful. And some of the things that are like, oh man, this one did not work, or you know what I mean? So I really just want to be able to provide more value. Like I think that our season 1 was getting to know us and what our journey to here, and not that we won't continue to talk about some of those, especially if there are big growth pieces,
Exactly.
but the growth that we've had over this last year has led us to, I mean, we're kind of at this new pivotal point and we want to share it. We want to
Yes,
share what we're doing and the in real time growing businesses and growing different things to show people that anything is possible.
I love that because it has been a journey for us. And we've said that over and over where we are on our
Mhm.
journey. And it's been mostly a personal growth and development journey for me up until the past couple of months, which I'm still growing and developing. I'm never going to stop that journey. It's an ongoing lifetime thing. But because I have grown so much and developed so much, had so much personal growth, um, now I'm able to focus on the business side and building. So I think it was the perfect season 1, as you said. I love that. That's leading into this new exciting season.
Absolutely. Yep. I agree completely. Well, we look forward to you joining us on our new journeys, watching as we continue to grow and fail forward because, there are so many times in a new journey that it's going to feel hard and we want to bring you along with us. And so we really
Yeah,
hope that you come and join on season 2 of What Are We Doing Here so that you can fail forward with us
I
and
love that.
walk boldly and confidently into 2024, knowing that whatever you set your mind to, business goals, health goals, relationship goals, you are so capable of doing it. And we want to be here to support you.
Yes.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I don't. I just you got me over here emotional. Just that it's the perfect balance. We started this as complete opposites. We're still have so many things that we're opposite about. But we've grown, we're merging it all, and it's gonna be great. I'm just so excited.
Me too. Me too. I look forward to next season and we hope that you join us. So, if you found value in this episode or you found value in any of the episodes thus far, share them with your friends. Encourage them to come along on our journey for season 2 as Brittany and I show you what are we doing here. So, if you could give us a 5-star review on your favorite listening platform. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you never miss an episode from us. And we will see you next year.
Oh, happy New Year, everybody. It's going to be great.
Happy
Bye.
New Year. Bye.